All right, hello everybody, welcome. We're gonna go ahead and start up. I just need to get Twitch going first. Them black bars should disappear off the side in a second. We're gonna start out with this game, and then we're gonna move to another game later. I plan for a 4-hour stream today. Are there still black bars on the side of that? Couldn't be. Hmm. Not sure why there's a little black bar on each side of my screen here on OBS. Oh well, I guess they're there. I don't know why they're there in the first place, but I don't know how to get rid of them. I think it's only this game that's been doing that. I don't know if it was their last stream or not. For now, yeah, like I said, it's just a little bit more of a chill game to start out with here. Then we'll have a poll later. We'll see what kind of audience we get in here today, and vote on a different game to play. Or we'll have a slow day and we won't really have anybody here, and I'll just sit here kind of aggravated. I like slow days. Gotta find everything. Let's get these out of the way already. We'll work on some of this quick shit. Now, we went through and walked through a bunch of this ship yesterday. We didn't collect anything because we were just finishing off the video looking at it. I know our next ship after this is a full ship from front to back. So we got that to look forward to. Good thing my guy can pick up all these giant barrels and everything and stuff in this itty bitty box. Yeah, one day this game will do really well on Twitch, and the next nobody watches. It seems very, very iffy on if I actually get anybody that day or not. Where do I get into this place at? Where the fuck do I get in? I want to go downstairs into the belly of the beast. That is not what I meant to do. I forgot I knocked out all these doors. I just commented on how I forgot I knocked out all these doors, and I did it twice. That time I meant to do it. Box is full, and we're not gonna walk all the way outside just to throw the box. We'll get it later. We're gonna go into the belly of the beast first. look at all this shit. Bag it all up, get it going here. Once we have everything cleaned up, the same story as always. We'll go ahead and get all the heavy elements out of here first, and then we'll knock the whole ship down. A little bit more stuff we gotta cut out to get some of this stuff. Make it a little bit harder, but not hard enough to stop us. A lot of miscellaneous stuff in this ship. Good. That is good. Box full. Now the full box, all 240. We got a light. Nothing down that way, nothing down that way. We got stuff in this room we need to gather. Then we gotta go to the top of the ship. It's heavy. I think that's everything on the bottom of the ship. Nope, I lied. That wouldn't be the first time. Let's see. Upstairs. Oh, we already shut off the fuel. We did that yesterday. Kitchen appliances. Doors. Take apart the bedroom here. Mute my phone because I'm an idiot and forgot to mute it. And I'm getting just a spam message. Not even anything important. Literally just spam. That makes it worse, now don't it? We came from down there. We gotta grab this light. Grab that. Go up another floor. Go ahead, empty out the office here. Or not the office, the command deck. How do I get in there? Do I have to knock a wall out to get in there? I have to knock a wall out to get in there. So be it. No wall can hold me. Guess it'll be stop me though. They ain't holding me anything. Potato, potato. Now we just gotta go up here. More things that can be cut free. Go ahead and launch that. Oh, I have some family who's gonna design a bunch of emotes because they're better at art than I am. Granted, that's not a high bar. You could probably find a... Adjust my headset here. You could probably find a toddler better at art than me. But they're like actually good. So that'll be something nice to look forward to. Alright, what's gonna be the easiest stuff to get out of here first? I don't think we had anything on this second level. I think it was all just very bottom of the ship, but we'll check again because I have horrible memory. Ooh, a plot. Man, I miss some stuff. I need to look up more often. I mean, that is a a common thing with gamers. That they don't look up. No, there is stuff right here that needs to come out before we start digging to the bottom of the ship. It's got a lot that needs to come out. Since it's not just tucked in a corner, it's spread across several pieces. Usually these only need like 2 to come out. Alright, now we just gotta climb up this. Stand on top of the thing we're getting ready to cut out of here. And that box is full. I do the same thing. And hopefully we can lift this out of here. I have a distinct feeling that something... No, it should be clear actually. Should be. Should be's never hold up with me though. Alright, what is it? For some reason it is this wall. Why this wall is in the way, I ain't sure. There with the gas system. Yeah, now it's just going through the ship breaking. Anyways, for some reason that wall is in the way, but now we're gonna go ahead and rip that out. Alright, is there anything else? Don't look like it. So now we can do the bottom of the ship. We'll go ahead and cut this big son of a bitch out. We have got stuff back here that needs to come out as well. Okay. Oh, this is the easy one to get out. I like it when there's only one wall to get out. One floor, one wall. Or if they just come out just by cutting the ties. I like those really, really easy ones. The next one is not going to be easy by any stretch of the means. We're going to get this one out. We've already cut it free, so that means it'll flash. And its flash is just kind of a big, gigantic fuck you. But it wants everything gone. Come on, flash again. Alright, so it wants here to here, cut out. Now once we get some of this engine off, it'll be easier to get the rest of it off because I'll actually be able to stand on it properly. Whereas right now I'm just kind of trying to hop around wherever it'll let me. Which is, unsurprisingly, not very many places. Alright, I should be able to hit the rest of them up here. Well, I told a lie. wonder if I can... No, they're too far away on ground level. Kind of thought they would be. Anywho, there's all those gone. Alright. Yep, now you want all of these walls out of here. Alright, let's go ahead. Keep picking up all the walls. Alright, I wonder what it wants out next. I know damn well that ain't all at once. Okay, once this wall, then back up to the ceiling again. Oh, damn. There we go. I was able to reach it doing that. I just need to follow my already cut outline here. And I know what walls will need to come out then. As well as ceiling here. Ain't really an easy way to reach the rest of these. Kind of just back to hopping around on top of this big ass engine here. Trying not to do that. Fall 100 times. Come on. Okay, I think that's the extent of what I'm going to be able to hit from the ground floor here. I say ground floor, I'm standing on the engine. Alright, go up the ladder, go up the ladder. Shit. Yeah, you bitch. I forget where it was at. We're gonna cut out one little slice here. Good guess. Right on the edge of where I have to go. And we know all of these walls on it are also going to be a problem. We'll have to knock the walls down next. But the walls will be the easy part. Actually, no, I guess the floor is the easy part. I lied. Since there is no floor and no ceiling, the wall was definitely the easy part. Yep, it's ready to come out, so that means we need to get all of the shit off of it now. And then we can go ahead and rip it out of here. Then we've got to go and get a few more cargo bundles. We want everything off of the engine. We don't want anything left on top of it. It'll get sent to space if we do. Get that box off of it. We'll need to climb back up it and check on top of it here. Looks good. There's a piece. Alright, we should be able to rip this out now. Let's go to this room. This should be another quick and easy one. I don't think there's anything above this. Yeah. It's one of the nice things about these cargo ships is unless you're right there under the tower, it is extremely simple to get this stuff out. Okay, those rooms are empty. We'll go check the front half of the ship. Okay, we need to be in this room down here. Wasn't there something in one of these? No, really? I could have swore there was something over here. Huh. Oh yeah, there is. It's these. Alright, let's cut all these free. Ooh, I have something else I should do while I'm here. Let me just tab out here. We had 2 followers that happened
What is this? Who are you?
while I was offline.
Who are you? What is this?
We'll go ahead and launch them alerts.
Who are you? Who are you?
I know one of the people. The other one, I don't know. They just followed, I think it was either between videos or it was I was having all them stream dropping problems yesterday. Because my stream did just keep dropping yesterday. I think it was because I needed a Windows update, because ever since I updated I haven't had problems. Okay, these things are usually a pain in the ass to get out. Yep, still a pain in the ass to get out. Okay. That's that one out of here. Get the next one out of here now. What am I forgetting? This. You weren't in the way a minute ago, I don't believe. Apparently you're in the way now, but I don't believe you were a problem just a second ago. Either way, that's that one out of here. Now we'll get the rest of it. Okay, there's that wall gone. Same thing on this side now. Just repeat the process. And I'll have to go figure out which floors it decides are a problem. It's going to pick a couple of them at random. Okay, so you picked these three and that square over there. Like if we at least pick 3 and 3 on each side, or 1 and 1 on each side, it would make sense. I'm not sure how it decides what's in the way. It don't make sense. That much I have figured out. Either way, that's another one done. Now we got one over here. After this, we just need to knock the ship down. Which hopefully will be easier than the last few times we've tried to do that. Lately, there's just been weird, glitchy walls being the bane of our existence here. Hopefully, we won't have that this time. Almost got it all out. That one falls through automatically. Sometimes these two, but then other times they don't. Not sure why. It's like top one. No, it didn't fall through. I don't know. It just kind of does what it wants. We know both walls on each side are going to be a problem, so we'll just get rid of both walls ahead of time. Then it's a mystery on which ceiling pieces are going to be a problem. Because it flip-flops and everything every time. Just gotta make sure we don't have anything left on the platform. Okay, now let's knock out this wall. I think the carpal tunnel in my hand I had treated a few years ago has been flaring up. They told me I would need it retreated every, I think they said every 2 or 3 years. And no, it might have even been every year. Either way, I haven't had it done in 2 or 3 years, and lately I've had problems with a couple of my knuckles and fingers just hurting. Not enough for me to put the mouse down, but enough to aggravate me. That's really not saying much either, though, because I can stand up and that aggravates me. Hell, I can look in the mirror and that'll aggravate me. See, that one makes sense. This one don't. So 6 on that side and just these 2 on this one. Told you, just random. I don't think there really is a process. that it goes through to decide what needs cut out. We'll just have to break. For now, that one can go out. This one is about to go out. Right. Is there anything else on this ship? There ain't another stripe, is there? No, there's not. Alright, then we'll start cutting stuff free. Obviously, we'll do the top floor first. Hopefully this will be a really quick and easy one. I mean, the cleanup's going to be slow and boring. Kinda always is. There's just not a lot of ways to make it really enjoyable to watch. I mean, I think some people like it. But as far as I'm concerned, the cleanup is the most boring part. Then again, I guess just watch me walk down and hit all these repetitively isn't exactly the most entertaining either. Just keep hammering. We're almost there. That box might be in the way. There we go, able to get around it. Just me not paying attention to where I leave my boxes again. Now we just keep going around, follow the ship, and eventually we'll hit the back again. Then we need to repeat this on the bottom floor. Honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I should have done the bottom floor first. I should always do the bottom floor first because all this shit falls on top of it. And I did just make it much harder on myself. Now I've got to pick up a lot of that crap just to actually get to it. And I fell. There we go. Got all those now. Stairs. We shall skip them. So we shall skip them. I'm always fumbling the easiest jumps. Then the ones that should be impossible to make, I somehow make. Half the time. The other half I fumble those two. this wall, I think, will be a problem. Yeah, it's just gonna be a bunch of shit falling now. I done made this harder on myself. God dang it. Let me see that piece down there. There it is. Now we got another one of these ones that said it's gonna be a problem. Box full. Man, I really am making this harder on myself. I also should have gone through and cleared out these walls earlier when I knew they were going to be a problem. Instead of now, after they're now already a problem. See what I mean? I've just got all this now falling right on top. If I can swing the hammer fast enough, I can avoid it, but then when I try to clear out the next piece, I fill up. So even if I can avoid one piece, I still gotta pick something up. We are, however, almost at the end of the ship. Matter of fact, speak of the devil, I do believe we were there. This whole wall is gonna have to come out. I'm about 99% positive of that. We'll just go ahead and knock it out at the time. Yeah, that's about what I expected. Yep, all that fell. Just had to make sure it did. Like I said, if we're lucky here, and I did it all right, everything will come crashing down all at once. If I didn't, then we're just gonna have a lot of disappointment. Won't be anything new, I suppose. Why did it switch away from my hammer? Ah, fiddlesticks. Too much fell. That all looks to be fallen. Oh, hey, look at that. That one went into the truck. Now, I don't know if there's going to be any other problem walls. Or if we've kind of got everything out of the way in that sort. I think the game that we're going to play later will be... I guess it depends. If we have viewers here, I'll launch a poll. If not, then I'm going to pick something. If I am the one that ends up picking something, I'm leaning towards... I think Drive Beyond Horizon. Like I say, it kind of just whether I get anybody actually here today will decide a lot of that. My streams are always slower throughout the week. We are slowly knocking everything down, you know? Yeah, there's something still holding. We're gonna try knocking out this wall first. Then it's time to go and investigate. That all fell all the way through. Alright, so yeah, that was, it was one of them walls that was holding that all on. Now the question is, did I miss a wall in here somewhere? That could be holding something on. Probably you. You. Oh no, I know what it is. I make this mistake on every ship, I think. Bitch. I've got to cut this whole piece out because it connects. And I don't think I do it on every ship. I need to start remembering this. Alright. Well, shit. Well, now we could go on the adventure again of which wall is magically holding up the whole ship. That wall? No. This wall. Come on. Nope. Ain't that. Ain't that. Ain't that. Nope, those walls aren't connected. We'll check and see if it's this panel. Ain't that one. This one. No. That one. Nope. This one. Nope. This one. No. What about this one? Nope. Alright, other side. That one. No. That one. No. That one. Nope. That one. Nope. Nope. I'm tired of saying that one. No. This one. Well, phooey. Alright, time to knock out sporting wall then. That one. No. No. Nope. Already knocked that one out. No. No. Nope. Nope. Okay. I'm running out of ideas. Oh, you gotta be shitting me. I missed the floor. Well, we found the problem. Damn. Wasted all that time. Alright, now we gotta move the truck. We're gonna move the truck to right here. That's all life. Alright, let's get this done. At least I remembered to clean up here first this time. Yeah, still made it. Now I'm just gonna have to remember to jump each time I throw that box. This ship's got a bigger lip. Okay. I probably should have done the front of the ship first now that I think about it. At least I had a clear line of sight to throw stuff. now I'm just throwing stuff over here. Which means I'm going to have to pick up each one of them boxes a second time. Just making more work for myself. Oh well, not going to move the truck. I will live with my decision. Mom. Just gotta clear out all this so I can get this out of the way and I can see the truck again.
क्या आपके पास कोई जहाज है?
I think that's everything here. Now we're just waiting for the crane to come and grab this so I can start throwing boxes into the truck. That does not mean I'm going to sit here idly either. I'm going to keep just gathering shit and making boxes. Putting into boxes is still easier than that box is going to be a problem. Yeah, putting it into the boxes is still easier than picking it up all the get-go. I missed a piece. Shite. Shite on a cracker. I think today's been a slow day. I don't think I have many people watching. Yeah, today looks to be a really slow day. Oh well, can't win them all. At least the YouTube side of things will get a video either way too. Yeah, if it's gonna be a slow day any of the ways, I guess I'll play Ultimate Admirals next. That game never does very well on Twitch, but people watch it on YouTube. So, might as well. Come on. Gotta keep grabbing stuff. Must. Pack. Faster. I said must pack faster, and I had flashbacks to when I was on an assembly line packing frozen meatloaf into a box. Stupidest job I ever had, because if any one person packs faster, the person before you will either slow down and quit doing their job, or the person behind you expects you to do everything and will just sit there on their phones or something stupid. There's just no winning. You won if you were at the back of a belt. and you didn't get anything for packing fast, or you didn't get congratulations, you did a good job. No, you just got, oh, well, you're at the front of the belt now, and you're going to have to work twice as hard as everyone else all day, every day. Needless to say, as soon as I learned that that's just how life's going to be, I quit doing that. First, they tried to write me up and everything for decrease in performance, and you ain't doing what you used to do. And my immediate response was, pay me more. I pointed out 6 other people on the line, told them, hey, look, here's times you can check the cameras that you guys are always saying are watching us, where they're just sitting on their phones. Do something about it. Otherwise, no, I'm not going to do the job of 5 and 6 people for the same pay as them. In the end, I walked away with a write-up, and I changed departments. I went to the grind line. So I was ended up grinding all the raw meat together and doing the mixtures instead. And that one, it didn't matter if other people slacked off, because at the end of the day, mix times were like 30 to 60 minutes, and we had downtime. So even if everybody slacked off, as long as we got it done quick, I would have time to at least cool my head. We had a pretty good understanding there too, in that department. Then they hired some new guy who couldn't stop eating on the floor, and I made the wrong decision of stepping down as line lead and letting this girl, it was one of the supervisor's daughters, I let her have the position because I was tired of dealing with it for only another 50 cents an hour. Not even $1 raise. I got to be the whole lead and I got 50 cents. But she couldn't take it, and she let this new fat guy who thought he was a know-it-all, he's just an asshole. That's the best way I can describe it. He was better than you and higher than you, and since he was positioned, he must do the job better than you too. Ignore the fact that I stepped down and I took a pay cut and a point because I stepped down on short notice when they didn't want me to. Somehow he was better than me. And we continuously bumped heads after that. Before it was over with, he had gotten the first shift supervisor convinced that I was out for her. So her immediate response was, get me fired. Yeah, she was a pain in the ass. But I did find out shortly after I was gone that was discovered that her and that new guy did indeed work together to get me fired. The new guy, he ended up getting terminated. But her, that bitch, she got to keep her job. She's still in that cushy supervisor position. Don't really have to do much and sits on her ass most days in the office. I only know that for sure because I've got friends that do still work there. But so yeah, I should have never stepped down from that line lead position. Yeah, it was a lot of extra work for only 50 cents, but at least I somewhat enjoyed what I was doing. Since I was the lead, I didn't have somebody breathing down my neck every 5 minutes. Hell, I went through, in the time I was there, our shift had 11 different supervisors. I was there longer than most supervisors on both shifts. Because the place had such a high turnover rate. If I would have just stuck it out and dealt with it. I probably could have moved to a supervisor position. I didn't want a supervisor position. I liked working on the floor. Yeah, it does suck. I did actually kind of like that job. They did try to hire me back at one point, but as soon as I heard that she was still there, and she had a condition now because she's in a much higher position on the supervisor chain than what she was when I was still there. The condition was that if I returned to work, I had to go back to pack off. I wasn't allowed to be in grind line again. So I told the HR lady that called me and offered me the job to just put me back on the blacklist. As long as that bitch works there, I'm not coming back. And that was the end of that. As far as I know, I am still on their blacklist, which I suppose is a good thing. I don't really care. At the end of the day, they had a 98% turnover rate. And from what I've heard, they're extremely short-staffed now because they've gone through almost a whole population of their town. They've got people coming into work there now that live an hour and a half away, and they're having to pay them more to do that because they ain't got nobody nearby that'll go and work at the place anymore. Apparently that's the whole reason why they started calling people that were on the blacklist originally, like me, to offer them jobs again. You had a good work resume, had a good attendance, but were fired for something stupid. From what I understand, they were calling everyone that fit that kind of criteria. And when I did some digging, talking with other people that I worked with at the time, yeah, they called almost everyone on my crew back. Once I got fired, the shift kind of fell apart. A lot of the people I worked with ended up changing jobs shortly after me because working under an asshole was not really possible, I guess. He kept screwing things up, and what I mean by screwing things up is, well, it was the grind line. We mixed meat, we added all of the herbs, spices, soy, milk, parsley, trying to think of everything here. You had the ginger, you had the red powder, garlic, all that stuff. He kept messing up orders. He was messing them up bad. We had, or I say we, I don't work there, I haven't worked there in several years now. They've had multiple, mass recalls because of what's it called? Cross-contamination problems. Basically, the people working in the spice area, for time I was working there, it was, since that was the lightest job in the grind line, it was almost always staffed by women. Ain't a bad thing. Don't mean it in a derogatory way, but it's just, it was the easiest job over there. You sat there and you mixed spices, and that was about it. You didn't have to go up and down ladders with 60 to 100 pound blocks of frozen meat and throw it into an industrial grinder. You just messed with spices and put them onto a cart, and then we would take the carts and dump them into our mixtures. But for most of the time I worked there, we called them Spice Girls. It was funny, and people thought it was funny. Nobody had an issue with it until the very end. Then somebody on first shift stayed over and worked on our shift and didn't like that. So we ended up having to switch what we called them. I still never really understood it. It wasn't like it was a derogatory term or anything. It wasn't like we were saying anything stupid. It was a bunch of usually 2 to 3 girls sorting spices. You can't really call them anything else. But management's response after everything was, well, you call them their name. Or you learn how to fill out termination paper. I think their exact words were, you call them by their name, or we're going to show you how to fill out termination paperwork. Food enhancement females sounds way worse than Spice Girls, Judge. Like, yeah, no, I'm thinking, I can't. That just absolutely sounds worse, man. Anyways, how's your day going, man? I'm having a really slow stream. Usually I get a couple of people, but today it's been empty. I must have fell off already. Woe is me. That's good, man. I couldn't think of anything cool to do with my channel points. So I got a hold of one of my little sisters. She's really good at art and stuff. She's going to design a background, a stream starting, a stream ending, emojis. She's going to do all that stuff for me. She's going to do it for free for now, and at some point in the future, I'm going to give her some money for all of it. So here soon, I'll have emojis and everything sorted out for you. But for now, as a simple little release of all your points, I put in one little channel point thing you can do for 150 channel points, where I just yell, fuck. Fuck! Like that. Couldn't think of anything better. I figured you would. Now, it does already have a limit on it because of a problem I had earlier. At first, I had it set to a much lower point amount, and I didn't have a limit. And after like 10 of them, I decided that's going to have to change. So now I think I have it set to where it's like every 15 or 20 minutes. Hey, I've heard about you. You're the new guy taking all those ships apart. Do you take orders? Not so long ago, we had an incident in our office. I just need a few basic things. Materials, can you help? Sure. Amaya. I represent a local company. We're planning to overhaul one of our departments, but we're unable to find some of the resources. According to our information, the ship you just bought may have everything we need. We can offer you a very good deal for these items. Aripita. I can't pronounce that. She looks Asian. Oh, hey. Are you new around here? I won't take much of your time and get to the point. The ship you just bought may look like junk, but it contains valuable resources. Other workers around here are pretty lazy and don't look as much around. Lazy and don't look as much around. No, that's how it's worded. Or go as far to collect these big engines. I'll pay well for what I need. Do we have a deal? Yeah. But, all jokes aside, it will probably be this coming weekend that I will add a bunch of channel point things to do. May, just for the fun of it, make a couple more curse words. about the same price that you can spam every 20 minutes. Like bitch, fuck, asshole. When I thought of it, I thought the fuck button was just perfect. Oh shit, I hit sort manually. Well, you get to see why I never sort manually now. Yep. Shit. I have like 50,000 tons of this shit sort. Oh, I'm gonna be here a while. And the dings get so annoying. Any day now. I say any day now. No, we're not even halfway through all this shit. Like, there is a lot. No, it's on the front page of this game. It's actually made by the same people that made this game. I thought about looking into getting it. But, right now, I haven't done much of anything yet. This dinging is getting pretty annoying. I don't know about you. Yep. This is why I don't sort. I had a good reason. I had a very good reason to auto sort. And you can dance to it if you want to. If I'm gonna sort, I'm at least gonna do it right. We've got our combo all the way up here. T.O. from Breaking Bad. Oh, I vaguely remember that. I haven't seen Breaking Bad in a long time. You know, it's probably about time I rewatched that. That's one of my favorite shows. You know, one of these days I'm gonna find a person I don't like, and I'm just gonna throw a pizza on their roof. See how long it takes them to figure out it's up there. Man, I know he threw it up there himself, but it just got left up there for so long. I think we're only about halfway through. I'm gonna be real with you. Like I had a lot of stuff to go through here. It keeps mixing up because it goes in order of what you put in the truck as far as I know. So most of what I put in the truck was steel. And then I put other stuff in between all that steel. That's why we keep having really long stretches of just iron. Then we get a box of that and a box of this and back to iron. We should have some paper waste in here eventually. Oh, 708 items. Now, yeah, I got $200 extra for sorting it myself, but damn, it's just not worth it. Whoops. I'll put that back. Alright, we've got two options for ship, Judge. We've got this. It's a full cargo ship from front to back. Here's just what the ship's made out of, not counting any of the cargo on side of it. So it'll be a heavy motherfucker. Or we have this, an I-400, a submarine. Which one do you think we should do next? They're about the same weight-wise. Submarine is more expensive, though. I don't think I'm showing offline. I think I'm in offline mode altogether. Let me alt tab here. Yeah, I'm in offline mode altogether. Let me sign in. I can put my password in. There we go. I was just playing in offline mode in general. BK. I'm BK00. See, I'm playing that game right now. You see me? I-400 it is. Let's see, what's the history? I-400, Japanese submarine type I-400 Gata from the Second World War. One of the world's 3 largest submarines operating during World War II. The ship was equipped with deck aviation and snorkels, allowing it to float submerged using an internal combustion engine. Its hull was covered with a layer of rubber coating 1 centimeter thick to reduce its detectability to radar and sonar. The deck planes were ready for action within 45 minutes of surfacing. In English, ships of this type were called submarine cruisers. Submarine cruisers, these ships are to date the largest conventionally powered submarines ever built. Alright. Now we'll go see what money we have for upgrades really quick. And we're going to go look at the sub. Cramped places. Submarines are full of tight, claustrophobic places. Many times you'll be forced to crouch and move around that way to squeeze into small corridors around the submarine. It might help you discover new entrances and ways to navigate. Watch out for your head. I don't want to look at it too much. I want to go get the upgrade first.
मेरे स्टोर में आपका स्वागत है.
So go ahead, we'll sell 4,000 pounds of that. We'll sell like 1,400 of that. We've got $2,000 to upgrade with here.
हेलो, क्या आप टूल्स खरीदना चाहते हैं?
We'll get the crate upgrade. And that's it, because that crate upgrade was $1,800.
शुभ प्रभात, my friend.
Can we even afford to upgrade the crate? No, we need a little bit more money.
Namaste, my friend.
And we'll sell half of that. Just don't sell half the liquids. Liquids are hard to get. Liquids are very hard to get.
नमस्ते.
What'd you do?
फिर मिलते हैं, my friend.
What happened? What did I do? For some reason you going tee hee hee really makes me nervous. big submarine. Alright, we'll go in through down here. Well, today is going to be a long stream, though, Judge, so I actually plan to switch games after one more ship, so we'll be doing the sub, and then we'll be switching games. There is something extremely radioactive there. I like that. We found power. That's nice. Something right here wants to kill me. Like, that is a lot of radiation. It's looking for another way up. Hey, look, there's 2 powers on this ship. I don't think there's anything else down here. Alright, so we're gonna need a ladder. There's one on the back of the boat. Big ass submarine. Alright, we'll take the gun off.
Hello, क्या हाल है?
But such a big submarine, it ain't packing much in firepower. Not very good at compensating, is it? Okay, I've got to rip all of this off. It's a float plane launcher. We'll go ahead and get that piece ripped off. Now let's just climb up here. Yeah, gun. Put that in my truck for later. Okay, I've got to cut all this free. Now, I've never actually finished this sub. I've only taken a little bit off.
जहाज है.
So I'm not sure what we're doing here. I mean, I've got to get into the sub somehow, so we're going to just keep cutting off the top until it lets me in. Man, we need a faster crane. Let me go see if I can afford any of them upgrades. I'll see what else I can sell.
योलो आपको क्या चाहिए?
I think it's $200.
हेलो, आप क्या चाहते हैं my friend?
Brain. And then do I have to do that upgrade over here, or is it
शुभ
just
प्रभात my
automatic?
friend.
No. Oh, come on.
फिर
Nope,
मिलते
I
हैं,
can't
my
do it.
friend.
I don't have the resources now. I sold too much. I also still don't have the money. We need to be able to get back up here. Alright, we'll go ahead and cut this off
हेलो,
next.
क्या हाल है?
Come on, let me back up there. I was up there once already. How did I get there last time? Oh, yeah, I should cut this off too. That way I can remove this thing. You know, if I take this off, that'll let me in the sub. Why didn't I think about that earlier? Cool looking sub. I think, so next in queue is that, then that, then we'll do this so we can actually get into the sub.
क्या आपके पास कोई जहाज है?
Yeah. I wonder if I can rip the sides off yet. A winch can be used to detach the hull from the ship, however, before using it, ensure that all the connectors and major floors destroyed and there are no options. Alright. Can I? I can. Alright, we've got a piece of the ship off here.
कोई बात नहीं.
Now, once you get into the real big ships in this game, there's cool stuff here.
क्या
That
आपके
also
पास
lets
कोई
us in.
जहाज है?
There's missiles. Now, I remember there's radioactive material in here somewhere. Alright. Break that. I need to go through and just break all this. Just break everything and it'll all eventually come off. Eventually. There'll only a few more pieces. Okay, I think everything's off. I'm gonna grab my box again. Fill my box with some pipe. You know, I kind of wish I wasn't wording it like this now that I think about it. Either way, we've got a way down into the ship right here. We should go back up to the top. Yeah, that's kind of why I wasn't. Wish I wasn't wording it like that. Man, you can just never let me get away with anything. Oh, look at that! I found a plane. Congratulations, you found a small plane. Both the North and the South built submarines in the American Civil War. The South built submarines called Davids. They were steam powered and could fire torpedoes to disable the North ships. The Hunley was the first submarine to actually sink a target off the Charleston coast. I mean, I know you gotta take every chance to make fun of me, Judge, but I mean, I ain't got a response to it, just fuck you. You know, it doesn't help that I just read that as saxophone. I had to fucking reread it 3 times before I actually read it as saxophone. Fuck you, dyslexia. Oh, damn. Alright. I've got to think here. I think I need to go up top, cut the top loose. I think if I cut all this loose right here, I'll be able to do something. I wonder how long this ship's actually going to take us to do here. I don't want to spend too long on one game. Almost to the end. Okay, I need to empty out my inventory again. Yeah, I should be able to rip all this off. I hope I can rip all this off. I really wonder where that nuclear material in there is at. I thought I was gonna die when I walked past it. I got really rough for a minute. We only got one more upgrade and I'll have my box as big as it can get. I really need to start calling it like a storage container or something. I know it's called box, but it's just not making me look good. It's really not. Alright, we need to cut all of this. I'm gonna cut all of this shit out. I need to actually cut this part. I don't like them sounds when I'm in the ship. That should free everything up all the way around so I can go around and make a second path. No, because I didn't cut this part. Alright, we're just gonna throw that box out there. Alright, make the second pass here. forgot a node there. Keep getting stuck on stuff because the sub's so small and tight. You know, why is everything I gotta say just sound suspicious today? Or am I just in some kind of mood? I'm not sure. Really not. Close enough. Okay. Now, how... I'll take that. Now, how am I gonna do this?
Amsan Park nere Hinge.
I think that's ready to pull off. Let's see if it is. I think I've got everything disconnected there. No. Okay. Well, while we're out here, we'll go ahead and throw our boxes into the truck. Now, how am I gonna get this out?
Mejalji Bahan Aunga.
So I need to sever this whole room. This whole room's gotta go. Which means I've gotta pick stuff up. You know what? Just throw it right there. It'll be fine there. I need to, before I keep destroying stuff, I need to actually go through the ship and look at the inside now that I finally have a way in. If I ain't careful, I'm gonna bring the ship down on top of something really valuable. And I need to get all the money I can out of this ship. It was expensive. Seriously, this ship was expensive to fucking get. Yeah, bitch. Alright, make sure I get all of this crap. Now, we did turn off all the power. We were able to find those on the bottom floor. I've got to go ahead and break away through this doorway. What is in this part of the ship? Kitchen. Dining rooms. Really heavy pipes. Now these are, tubes of some sort. Lockers, computers, sonar equipment. If I had to guess. Let's see here. You know, for reference, I would never fit in shit like this. Like, at all. I'm a very, very large dude. And there is no way in hell you could cram my ass into these things. Like, I went to the Air Force Museum over in Dayton, Ohio. and went in all the like presidential airplanes and everything. And I could not fit in a lot of them. I made myself fit in all of them, but I couldn't fit in a lot of them. Who knows? Maybe at some point today, this stream, I'll I think I got pictures saved onto my computer. I can show you what it looked like me trying to go through them. It'll give you a hell of a laugh. Man, all this tech. It is a good thing I quit destroying. This stuff's worth money. Money, money, money. Money. Ooh, we've got expensive things that need to be pulled out of the ship. Gotta make sure I grab all the breaker boxes. How good a breaker box from World War II is gonna be, I can't imagine the best. But I imagine it would be worth quite a bit. Especially if it still works. Grab that. We gotta get on this side. Grab all the crap. Where does this ladder go? The answer is I have no idea. This ladder takes you into the oh crap, we've got a leak space. No, I think it's just an access point to get to all these cutaways. I can't see any other real reason to be up here. Oh, you bitch. I say go in there. Go in there. Thank you. I think we came up that one, so we're gonna go down this one. I think I regret that. I mean, it should surely be a straight shot. It's a submarine. How you gonna make too many left turns or right turns in a fucking sub? Yeah, right here. Here's the room I was just in. Gotta admire their dedication to put the wood door on the submarine. I mean, I'm no expert, but I don't think they had wood doors. I could be wrong. I said I've never, don't know a lot about submarines. I was never really interested in them. Well, that's also kind of a lie. The Japanese had that submarine that was a carrier, an aircraft carrier submarine. That one was always kind of interesting. But for the most part, I never found subs interesting or did much research on them. I can't say a lot about them. I don't like to talk about things I don't particularly know about, because it just makes me look a little dumb. Like I said, I know the Japanese had that big-ass submarine that doubled as a carrier. And if I remember reading correctly, it was actually off the coast of America, when the bombs hit Japan. If I'm remembering that correctly, I could be wrong. I think I am, but I could be. That looks like we got it all. Alright, through the next bulkhead. I mean, I'm just slowly going up and down the ship. Sooner or later, I'm going to get to wherever that radioactive material was at again. Actually, I think it was more towards the bottom of the ship. No, yeah, I'm getting... Alright, it's got to be below that floor right there. Because that's too high a levels. We're just going to try and avoid this corner a little bit. I think I got everything. Yeah. That's going to be a mystery on how we get to it. Like, I've got an idea of where it's at, but I don't know where it's at for sure. There's the big-ass engines I was talking about for the internal combustion engines. Alright, we'll just keep going this way. Alright, what about this ladder? Where does this one go? Hold up. That's above where I cut that floor out earlier. We'll just throw that down there. Go through and collect anything we see in here, be it paper or plastic, or anything else of the sort. There is actually a broken piece of floor here. We look to be at the very tail of the ship now. Sure, we'll cut this. I have no idea what cut this is gonna do. But I'm gonna cut it. Alright, we found a bathroom, the showers. Alright, need to pass through all these bulkheads again. Ooh, back to radiation. Alright, so that's where we are at. Good to know. At least I know where I'm at in the ship again. I can get a vague idea of what's going on. It is definitely a vague idea. I've got to figure out where that radioactive shit is, and I've got to figure out how to get it out of here. So I'm going to have to take a layer off the submarine. I'm going to have to take the whole top half of the sub off. And I'm going to figure out how best to do that. But yeah, who would have thought a giant World War II submarines, some of the biggest submarines ever made. You know, it's got a lot of stuff to pick up and move. Who would have thought? I'm gonna take all these lockers. Now, Avalari over here earlier. Just on the other side. Okay. I think we've just about got this floor cleaned out. No, we actually do have it cleaned out. So that means I need to go all the way to this end of the boat. I need to cut the whole top half of this ship off. Alright, can do. Ooh, I need to be careful or I'm going to destroy that. I need to take just the top layer off. We're just going to do this a little section at a time. I think if I do here, I think I can get to what I want. Yeah, because the cut marks are right there. Break that. Break that. That takes the ceiling down. So we should be able to cut those on both sides and we can rip off another piece of the sub. Just dissecting this sub a little bit at a time. I should be able to rip that off now. How did boxes get out here? I think I just figured out how. They bounced off my truck hood. Okay, now can we... No. Okay, what is still stopping this? I've got to be missing something here. I see what I'm missing. It don't make sense that's stopping me, but holy shit, it tried to fall. I don't see how this is stopping it, but... Man. Now we can rip that off. Alright, we'll go ahead and have the crane pick that up while we go over here and pull off the other one. Okay, I want to climb this. And you won't let me because you're a bastard. You know, I'm realizing here that I've kind of taken away my easy way of getting up. Damn. I got it. Alright. Huh. You know, I just realized these are live torpedoes still. That's okay. We're not cutting too close with the grinder. It'll be fine.
क्या आपके पास कोई जहाज है?
Shit, I didn't mean to jump that far down. I meant to jump onto it. Like that. Why'd that box bounce off the truck again? Alright, as soon as the ship comes in... Excuse me. As soon as it comes and gets this part... Actually, no need to wait for that. I can start moving on further into the ship here. We know we've got to have all these connecting walls severed. We're making progress both faster and slower than I thought we would. How we're doing it both ways, I'm not sure, but we are. I think I need to get up here. No, I cut those already. So it should just be a matter of cutting this. Okay, that didn't do it. That piece is wider, that's why. Okay, we'll have to... Yeah, we'll have to keep going into the ship. Alright, let's... Yeah, let's cut this room out here. Up until here. So we're just gonna go here, all the way across. On the floor, too. That way we know where we want to go. And we just want to hit every single blue dot we see. Yeah, unfortunately, submarine, big sealed thing, I can't just bring it down on top of this. That's too far. I can't just bring it down on top of itself. Like I did with all the other stuff. Very, very hard to do that, actually. Don't think it's impossible. I think we have to get the whole top layer off before we can do it, though. Yeah, just gonna have to sneak into here, hit all of these nodes on both sides. I won't be able to get into there. I don't think we're going to be able to finish this sub and play other games. So I think I'm going to give up on being able to do both. I think I'm gonna do a little bit more work on this, and we're gonna go ahead and switch. Okay, that's a lot of things broke. Not everything though. Means I missed several things. I don't want to hit these bottom nodes at all. I don't want to take the floor out. I want to take the top layer of the floor out, but not the whole floor. I don't know how else to describe that here. I want to take just the top of the floor off and not the whole floor. I want to do a lot of damage, but I don't want to do too much. Like I said, I don't know for sure what's below me. I know I haven't been down there. I know I haven't looted. I know I haven't seen it. And I know I'm struggling to get down there because of radiation. Yeah, we want... Whoops. We want to go from here and break everything. How are we looking, though? Just get rid of that stuff. I've almost got it all cleaned up here. And normally the cleanup phase is after we knock the whole ship down. This is reverse kind of from what we usually do. That's just because it has to be. Sub won't let me do it another way. Alright, so what am I missing? Those. What about here? Those. Yeah. See? Floating stuff. We don't want that. I've got to get back up here. We're going to have to separate it. The ship be groaning. It don't like it. I think we're going to clear out this section here, though. Finish what I was doing here. And then, like I said, that's about the 2-hour mark. So we're going to go ahead and switch games there. Okay. So now if we cut this... Yes, that unleashes another section. That is problematic. At least I can get up there semi-easy. I'll have to remember to cut those next time. Okay, let's go ahead and go rip off the next chunk of ship here.
항상 parkmere hängen.
Poor submarine. He just wanted to live its best life. Oh, truck's in the way. Yeah, I suppose we don't want to crush our truck. It may not be the newest truck, but it is a very nice truck. I wish I had it.
مجالتي بهان أونغا.
Sweet. You know, I was watching a funny show last night. Let me know if you've ever seen this show. You ever seen Black Dynamite, Judge? Because if not, you should watch it. It's hilarious. You need to watch it. It is hilarious. It's very, very stereotyped. Don't get me wrong. But my God, is it hilarious. And I'm not going to keep talking about it then if you haven't seen it, because it is something that I would, and it may be getting on in years at this point, but it's something I would genuinely feel bad spoiling if you have not seen it. That's just how good it is.
क्या आपके पास कोई जहाज है?
This can't come out yet. Alright, so I think I can go through here now. And take the whole front half of the ship off.
Hello, क्या हाल है?
Yes, I can. Which unlocks the rest of the ship for tomorrow. We're going to wait until the crane, because we can't save while the crane's working. We're going to wait until the crane gets this done. And then we're going to go ahead and end the video. And then I'm going to switch games while the stream's still going, like I did last time. Yeah, in an hour, we really didn't get very far with this sub. It's more complex. Radiation don't help either. Oh, there goes that part. Got one more piece. I want to say we got to the halfway mark, but we didn't. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, we really only got to the quarter mark. That's it. We got a quarter of the way done with this. Not even halfway. Kind of disappointing, but not a lot I can do. Just wait on this piece. Once the crane gets that over there and put in, it'll let us save again, and we can exit. And like I said, we'll come back to this ship tomorrow at some point. Yeah. So I don't want to leave a half-done ship. So we'll come back, finish the ship tomorrow. it save yet? Nope, the crane is still working. We have to wait for it to get into its settled position. Alright, well then we'll wait for it to get settled. Ain't nothing else can be done about it. And looks any second now. Looks good. Save game. Save to the main menu. And we're gonna go ahead and end this episode here. I hope everyone has a good day, a good night, and a good life. And take it easy out there, y'all.